I've entitled my message, Activating Our Faith in Jesus to be an Apostolic Church. Now, the word apostolic also means missionary. I do not know in history why we have turned the word apostolic to missionary. If you go and look for the word missionary in the Bible, you won't find it. But you'll find the word apostolic. Well, the word apostolic comes from the word apostle, and the Greek meaning, the original meaning means those being sent out, the sent out ones. Anyway, when I say that we need to have faith to be an apostolic church, actually by design, if you read in the Bible, every church ought to be apostolic. Every church. Not just FGA. Every church. By design. By design, by the word, by the design of the Holy Spirit, every church ought to be apostolic. With no exception at all. I know some of us would say, this is a teaching church, that this is a healing church, and this is that church, and that is this church. I want to say unequivocally that every church ought to be an apostolic church, according to the design of the Bible and the design of the Holy Spirit. Every church. Every life group ought to be apostolic. Every life group ought to be apostolic. Meaning you ought to be spreading. You have to be sending out. Interestingly, if you look at the sending out, when the Antioch church sent out, the Antioch church congregation was not this. In fact, the group that was sent out, there were only 5 people. And of the 5 people, they sent out 2. How's that? Paul and Barnabas. That means the home fellowship, by design, are already apostolic unit. And you can actually send out 2 by 2. Of course, then they got John Mark in. 3. Interesting. Think about it. Our English church has got 85 cell groups, home fellowships. If you add the young adults, we have more than 100. You want to be apostolic overnight? You can. Each HF leader can say, you, go out. Go out to that particular geographical location. You, go out. Share the gospel. Disciple them. Go out. Even if you have to start with one person, start with one person. Even if you have to start with 0 person, you just go around praying and looking and sharing the gospel until you find one. Disciple that person and then begin to multiply. In fact, we are all poised. We are all poised for an apostolic movement. And, my friends, it is explosive. It is explosive. Such was the Antioch church of the day. So by design, every church ought to be apostolic.